What is up, Axie fam? Today we're gonna talk about breeding. Let's say you have two axies that you wanna breed, and you go to a website like AxieZone, okay? And you can even like toggle odds, so you know there's a 78% chance that you're gonna get Nemo, a 78% chance you're gonna get Anemone in the back. But like, what does this even mean? I click here and I get an axie, and that's cool. It's a balloon, catfish, anemone, potato leaf axie. But like, what is the probability of this axie being born? Because like, it could be 1% or it could be 50%, and I don't know. And like, sure, I can click breed more times, but as I breed, it doesn't actually compile those results to me. So like, you have to manually look at this, and I have no idea how much each axie costs. So is this a good breed or not? I have no idea. Like, I feel like it leaves me with more questions than I started. And a site like Axiie is also very similar. Like, they do show you the price of the axies that you input, but it doesn't show you the price of the children, nor like what is going on here, because this is the same thing. And this is why we created our bot. That was a problem like that I hated. And here we quickly can see that there is a 45% chance that catfish, anemone, and Nemo, the most common axie from these two combinations. But let's go back to that one, the first one we got here. So they had balloon, catfish, anemone, and Nemo. If we look for it here, balloon, catfish, anemone, and Nemo. So this is a 5% chance, right? And if you go here and you just press breed 5 times or 7 times, you can get like deceived pretty much, because this is not going to be a real representation of what you should be expecting once you breed those two axes. And this is like the biggest feature I think our bot provides. This is why I think this is so valuable. Here you can see the average HP, agility, skill, and morale. So if you do care about that, if you want a fast beast, if you want a high morale bird or whatever, like, it's gonna be shown here. You know the average USD price of the probability combination of all these axes. So our bot goes into the market, it looks for this combination of axes, and it will create an average price and multiply that by the probability of each axie here, and thus we get to know whether this is a good proposition or not. As you can see, it is not a great proposition. Like, even like the best breed apparently is one breed, and even that is only an 8% profit, which obviously is not like, this is not financial advice, but I think overall is very precise, and it's much better and faster than anything I could have done manually, especially when, you know, you're breeding different things. Before we even continue, I actually want to explain to you guys how to even use this, because I think I made a lot of videos talking about it, but I never really show you guys how to do it, how to get it, how much you're gonna pay for it. And the first thing that you have to do if you want to use our bot, if you want to play with it, is actually join the Discord server that is in the description. Once you do that, this is the screen that you're going to find, and you're gonna go here in pinned comments, and you will find all of the information that you need, all of the plans that we have. We have 3 different plans. We sell 750, 1500, and 5000 coins. And you're probably thinking, what the hell are these coins? Well, each of the functions of our bot uses more or less API, and we price those options based on how much API they use. In the pinned comments, you do get an idea of how much you're gonna spend, but basically speaking, I think our prices are pretty low right now, and what we're trying to do is actually get people to subscribe to the silver and the gold plans, because not only you're gonna be able to use the new features we're developing, and boys, those are awesome features. We're planning on kind of a sort of Ronin Index exchange, where you're going to be able to exchange a SLP for Ether. You know, this is in the works. We have a breeding calculator that's going to be an extension of what I just showed you. You pretty much just say, I want to create this axie with whatever skills that you want, and it will scan the market for the better deal, the better probability or price to do that. And yeah, all of that's going to be available to the silver and the gold members earlier, and I think, you know, that's a good trade-off. You know, you're spending money in something that you'd never really use, you don't really know who I am, so I think that's good. But anyways, after you decided which plan you want, you can find me here on the Discord members, and you're gonna DM me. Once we confirm that your transaction is legit, the bot will instantly DM you. So I'm gonna show you the screen that is gonna pop up once we confirm your payment. So there you go. You can see that my boy credits balance was updated. We have just a disclaimer here, and now you know exactly how many coins credits you have. And you know, I understand that our bot isn't really the easiest thing to use. if you're a heavy user, I feel like we actually have a very high ceiling on the things that you can do. So the things I'm going to show you right now, they might not be the easiest to learn, but once you use this for 30 minutes to an hour, you're going to be doing things so much quickly, and it's kind of addicting, honestly. But basically, you can type help, and it's going to show you all of the functions. We have the archetype function, which is pretty much a better version of the marketplace search. We have the breed function, which is what I just showed you. And we have the sub function, which pretty much allows you to set up alarms for different types of axes. It is the archetype function, but you get alarms to whatever, time variance that you decide to. So let me just show you here how the archetype function works. So I typed help arc. You can do that yourself once you're using the bot, and it just explains pretty much everything that you need to know. There's also a video that I made, but basically here's an example of how the archetype function works. So you have the function archetype separated by an at. Then you have the type of axie that you want. Here, there's nothing written, but I could write bug if I want. I could write beast if I want. Okay, since we have cute bunny there, I'm gonna leave bug because I think it makes sense. Then you have the ears and the eyes. Usually you don't really put anything there, but in case it's important to you, you can go that. And now we have cute bunny and antenna. So the order here is mouth to horns to back to tail. Maybe I'll add a yam here. I don't know. Maybe this is something that people care about. And here's where things get really, really funny and better than the marketplace. Here is the number of impurities in the D genes, in the R1 genes, and R2 genes. Usually, I actually like to keep it at 6 because you might skim over axes that are really good. Sometimes getting super pure axes isn't really ideal. The best beasts are actually the beasts with bird parts and aqua parts. That's the same thing for reptiles. There are some examples where you want 0, and you can obviously just go here and select 0. But if you want to cast a wide net and just look at a lot of axes, I usually prefer to leave it here. And finally, we have the breed number. So it could be 0. It could be 7, but if you want to cast again a very wide net, I would suggest that you go 0, 7. So it doesn't matter, it could be 0, 1, 2, 3, you get the idea. And finally, we have some filters for your stats, and this is awesome. Let's say you want a very pure plant, so you're gonna put 61 right here, right? Let's say you want a really quick beast, you want a 45 speed beast, you're gonna go 45, but maybe you don't necessarily want 45, you're okay with 43, so you can go 43, 45, and you will look for this specific gap that you're looking for. Then we have skill, we have morale, you get the idea, and finally we have the sorting mechanism. So I'm gonna look, actually I have to take this, yeah, obviously there's not gonna be a bug with 61 HP, so let me take all of this away, and let's just look what happens here. So yeah, it's bug with yam. It's not gonna be very a very common sort of bug, so maybe I'll just use fish snack here. I think this is probably a more popular bug. There we go. Now we have a lot of results, and they are filtered by R1 and R2. This means that these bugs right here, they have cute bunny, antenna, and fish snack very frequently in R1 and R2. Let's open one here just so you get what I'm talking about. So yeah, there you have it. It is a cute bunny, antenna, almost perfect fish neck with buzz. You can actually find that same axie here, but we only show the first 4 results, or else the list, it gets really annoying. But you can find the first 4 axes here in the list right there. Let's say you don't really want to breed, okay? You went 0.7 here on the breed. So you don't really care about the purity of the R1 and R2 genes. You just want the cheapest axie that has those, whatever it is that you inputted. So instead of going for this, you can go for price, and it will show you a different list of axes. There you go, 0.09. That is the cheapest you're probably gonna pay for an axie like this one. Obviously, if you do want to get an axie, like this one is a 0 breed, so maybe it is a better purchase, although the R1 and R2 genes are much inferior in this case over that one. And again, you can see all of the axes there. So this is pretty much what the archetype section does. It's just a very easy way to look for R1 and R2 genes. So if you're a breeder, if you're really serious about finding specific axes, I think it's an awesome tool, and it works seamlessly on Discord. Finally, we're going to talk about the subscribe function, all right? Well, if you want to know more about the subscribe function, you can always type help sub. And there you have it. This is everything that you need to know. The sub function is literally the same as the archetype function, but instead of typing arc, you're going to type sub, and you will be constantly notified of the particular type of axie that you actually put here. One thing that I want to talk about, though, first of all, you're going to be charged. Usually, if you just do this, it's going to tell you, okay, the subscription was added, and every hour, the market is going to scan that axie, and it will, show you results that are new, okay? If something gets listed again, if it changes prices, you will know when that hour comes, and you're going to be charged, 1 coin. If you're really like expecting a particular axie to show up, you can go faster, but every time it scans the market, it's gonna charge you, so be mindful of that. One thing that you can do, though, is once you find the axie that you want, make sure you actually remove it from the list. If we go back here, you can see that if you type sub ls, you will be able to check axes that you're subscribed to. I actually have a huge list. I'm not even sure it's gonna show up. This is probably a bug, but we can use another command so so you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna first remove all of the axes that I'm sub to. So you can go to sub, RM, and all, and this is gonna erase all of the subs that I have. Now I'm gonna re-add the sub that we just did, okay? And if we go with sub ls, you will see the list of the axes that you have. Let's say I want to look for this axie every 2 hours. So what you do is, well, we can go here to the help section. The command is set. So you go to sub, and it's based on minutes. So if I want this to check every 2 hours, I'm gonna add 120, and all of my subscriptions are now updated. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I think this is really good if you are trying to find a PvP axie. Maybe you want to breed a very niche specific sort of axie, but they're all very expensive, so you just want to be scanning the market for when someone actually adds one that is a little bit cheaper. The sky's the limit, and we obviously will upgrade all of these features to give you guys even more value. But this is what we have right now. I'm really proud of it, and I think I never really explained everything in a very, concise but also kind of thorough way. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I know this sort of video is kind of boring, but I just really love this, and I want you guys to understand everything that it can do. Thank you so much. Have a good one.